Red Dot is not just a competition, yeah, it's also a publisher. And what other business activities it include?
Yeah, we are, as you mentioned, we are a publisher. We have a very strong internet website. We created a new kind of design directory with what we call Design41, which is open for the whole design community. We have our Red Dot Institute, and we do knowledge transfer there, because when you receive so many design items every year, then you get a close contact to designers, to the companies, and you get so many information, background information. You follow, the product development lines of so many companies, and this creates a lot of knowledge. And we try to share this knowledge with others, with designers, and we are going to develop a kind of a Red Dot Academy together with the Red Dot Institute. And museum, sorry, we have our museum.
And you just opened in Taiwan. So now you are in Singapore, Essen,
and
Taiwan?
Yes.
And Taiwan.
Yes.
And how much does it cost to submit a product to the Red Dot?
Oh, we have different rates. So we have an early bird especially for designers who want to save some money. It is around between 200 and 300 euros, which is not so much. But it is sometimes much more expensive for the companies to send the product. For example, we received big engines this year in the award. One big engine came from Finland all the way down to Essen. And it cost so much money to ship this. Or if we receive big buses or other machines.
So they have to send the buses?
Yes, they send the cars, they send the buses, they send the tools. And the shipping cost is sometimes much more higher than the entrance fee. And we need this entrance fee just to be independent, because if we receive from many little money, makes us so much independent. This is what I prefer.
How everything has started? What was the idea behind making a design competition?
The very early idea goes back into the 50s. We have in the city of Essen, we have a very famous company, Krupp. During the World Wars, they produced weapons. After the Second World War, they had to find a new target group. And they had a very clever communication director. And he had the idea to set up a show with masterpieces of design and to establish a kind of association of manufacturers who are design related. And this was the starting point. But during the years from the 50s to the 90s, the organization and the institution went down and down and down, because there was no money from the public side and so. And when I came to the organization, it was in '91, I already was experienced as a consultant. I did many exhibitions already with big museums. And so I brought the whole different kind of profile, and I thought the major thing we need to achieve is independency. At that time, we depended on governmental commissions, and our income situation was about 35 to 40% from governmental money, and 90% and 60% on our own. And so I came to the idea how to establish something that industry really needs, and this was the idea of branding. So we need a strong brand. This was my idea, and with the help of this brand we can create a very important design award. So, and then there was of course the question of how to name it. And there was a little dot in our corporate design, in our stationery, for the Design Centrum Nordrhein-Westfalen, but this is much too difficult to pronounce. I thought, if you have a red dot in a gallery, that means a picture is sold. This is the best that can happen. So if something really is sold. And so I changed the color from black and orange to red, and I said, let's call it Red Dot.
Sure.
Yes, and I did it first because we were, in the beginning, we were very German. So I did it first in a German term, so roter Punkt. But then we were successful already in the early 90s in Asia, and the Asians always said red dot. And then later, when it became more popular also in Europe, then the Italians said punto rosso, the French said point rouge, the British respectless said red spot. And so I said something has to be done. Huh? And then in the end of the 90s, I asked a German designer for corporate design and branding, Peter Schmidt, who did brands like Jill Sander. He did all the perfume bottles for Hugo Boss, and so he is a real expert on that. And I asked him, please create something very special for us. And he created the logo how it is today, and I think this was a real breakthrough. And then we turned the name into the English version, just Red Dot, and this helped us a lot to establish this award as a worldwide award.